Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Imperial Specialists personnel expansion. I believe these have not even been spoiled yet, so hopefully this will reveal some nice little tidbits of information for us. And as I'm opening this box up, let me remind you, if you are new here, I am running giveaways all the time. I'm giving away a Force FX lightsaber right now in the form of an Amazon gift card. Details on Crabbok.com. All you have to do to enter to win that giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this one. Let me know what your favorite strategy is with Star Wars Legion. Maybe you like to mass infantry. Maybe you like to just have a good time. Maybe you want to try and develop some homebrew situations. Maybe you're not even playing Star Wars Legion yet. Maybe you're still considering it. All right, look at this. We've got our minis. We've got our little assembly guide instructions in case you didn't know how to put the minis together. They're very few pieces. All right, it's just like that. All right, we got some cards too. Oh, look at that. We've got some new rules. All right, inspire, non-combatant. Right, they cannot use weapons, and other non-unit leaders must suffer wounds first, and then restore a mini. Choose a mini that was defeated during the current round and place the mini in cohesion with the unit leader. Then assign that mini wound tokens equal to one fewer than its wound threshold. One fewer than its wound threshold. Interesting. I wonder if that is going to end up staying the way it sounds, because that sounds like Wookiees would be pretty strong that way. All right, so we've got our cardboard. Let's take a look at all this. The cardboard is pretty standard, right? We do get a new unit commander here. Let's look at, we've got some cards to look at. Let's look at the minis first, because the minis are fun. Oh, we got this medical droid, and usually these dry fit together really well. Let's see. All right, so for this is our little FX9 medical droid. This is going to go in here. I think this, there we go, it goes that way. You can, that's a really loose fit. You can fit this in however you want. That's interesting. All right. Oh, because it doesn't go in there. This one goes in there. We put that one in first. It helps if you have the instructions right next to you so you don't screw it up like I almost just did. Like if it seems too loose, it's probably too loose for a reason. Now this part goes on top of that, and the head goes next. Now this one looks like it's supposed to fit in that way. And then this one doesn't fit on there at all. It's a perfect square, and this one's supposed to be a heart. And of course the rules do show it like that. So I know I'm doing it right now. But this doesn't fit in mine. It looks like this part right here is supposed to be a heart shape, and it's just not quite there. I can squeeze it in. I'll have to chisel that out. So this doesn't fit in. Wondering if, wait a second, I have it upside down. That's why. Boy, oh boy. And then this part, there we go. So perfect. Look at that. It's perfect. Ooh, he looks nasty. He looks like he's going to give you a shot of all kinds of things. You must have your anthrax vaccine. Yes. All right, we got this guy next. This looks like our Imperial comms technician. And we don't want things to go dropping all over the place. So this guy's going to be a little bit more simple. Of course, if we, lose our helmet, then that's, yeah. So he's headless right now because the head just went flying. Let's go find that head. Here we go. All right, so now we got his backpack on there. It doesn't dry fit in that tightly, so this is something you'll want to glue pretty quickly. It'll probably stay on well enough to just throw some primer on real quick. But, yeah, barely kind of hanging in there. But he looks pretty good. All right, now we've got our leader, our Imperial officer. Now, on the cover of this box, this officer, I thought that's a female officer there. Definitely is a female officer. But then, I guess so. So it's not particularly very. The features are a little bit subdued because the Imperial uniform isn't exactly flattering. So yeah, I guess this is actually a female officer. So it's kind of like your Juno Eclipse. Kind of looks like. Very much digging having a standard Imperial officer on the board. You're going to have to get many of these. Well, at least 2. This way you can have your officer in the unit and then the officer, as a commander if you want. Definitely a lot of options to paint them very differently too, because you got maybe you'll do some like Wolf Yularen, do like the white uniform. And we've got our, a little astromech here. Look at this little astromech. Wait. I got you on the wrong side. There we go. All right, that's not too bad. And we'll put you in there. No, that's not right. All right, let's get him in. All right, so here he goes. He was a little tricky getting his legs in there just right, but if you have any trouble, they'll glue in pretty easily, but it's nice to be able to dry fit them in first just to see how they look. He's got his little, kind of like his little starburst on his head. Very cool. Let's look at those cards. All right, so our first card here is our Imperial Officer, and she's 50 points. She's got Spotter 1, so she can give somebody an aim token, a lot like Veers, just cheaper. But, only 1, so like half of Veers. Inspire 1, so getting rid of a suppression, which is always nice. And Sharpshooter 1, which is also kind of nice if you do have to take that shot and they're already suppressed or something like that. You've got the command and the equipment upgrade. Unarmed, they have a black die. For the ranged attack, it's only range 1 to 2, a black and a white. So not particularly great for the ranged attack, but they do have an offensive surge to hit and surge for defense. They are speed 2, and have a white defense die. 4 health only and courage of 2. So kind of a bare bones commander, but considering the spotter and inspire, it's actually not half bad. A good support commander, or perhaps maybe a good secondary commander if you kind of want to run 2 commanders. You can totally do that. All right, we're going to take a look at some of these upgrades. So we have the Imperial Comms Technician. There, let's get it nice and straight. There we go. All right. It's the for 10 points, so a little more expensive than the Rebel version, right? You have to add. You can gain the Comm upgrade token. You must equip a Comm upgrade card, and that's personnel that can go on any of your units. We've got the FX9 Medical Droid. This one is adding the FX9 Medical Droid, that terrible looking thing. It's also a non-combatant. So again, you can't have it die first. You have to have it die basically second to last. 19 points, and it can treat. Somebody has capacity 2. You can restore a mini or a non-emplacement trooper at range 1 and in line of sight. Limit 2 tokens. So just healing somebody or restoring somebody. This is really going to be really nice. It won't be as useful on some things, but it'll be really good on those multi-unit. Especially like a Royal Guard that they guard somebody, then one goes down. You can pick him back up. He's gonna be like full health -1. So like I was talking about Wookiees. Well, they don't have any Wookiees for the Empire just yet, so not really concerned. The Imperial Officer upgrade, and this Imperial Officer looks really, really nice here. 20 points. They become a leader. They increases the courage by 1. And they give you Inspire 1. Really nice to have. It's a little more expensive, but you're getting a pretty good unit. And now all of a sudden that trooper unit makes for a very effective support as well, with removing suppression from nearby trooper units. And if somebody dies, it makes for an excellent. I have to nominate another commander. Very, very cool. We've got our R4 Astromech droid. Here is our vehicle repair droid. This one is going to be a lot more useful now, considering that you can't. It has to be a ground vehicle, so you can't repair those flying vehicles. You're not going to be able to repair speeder bikes; they're going much too fast. But now we've got a tank coming from Rogue One, and then we've got our ATSTs, where you definitely, I don't know about definitely, but you definitely will have wounds to repair. But I don't know if you'll really need to. The ATST doesn't die in too many of my games. Usually they just kind of go on and going on. But yes, you can heal your vehicles that way, which is going to be nice. So for upgrades, they give us a copy of Commanding Presence. Very cool, especially for a cheap commander if you want to really have them extend throughout the whole battlefield. We have Comm Relay. This is our new one. This one is really, really nice. When you would be issued an order, you may choose a friendly unit at range 1 to 2. Issue an order to the chosen unit instead. So this is going to let you kind of, be that relay, that in between, like, you can hit me, but then I can hit our forward units really good. This will be nice for like speeder bikes, for example, that get really far ahead, and then your commander can't reach them anymore. Like would like this maybe like Vader or Palpatine, and you've got like a single speeder bike in there, and you want to issue them an order to free up your pile so you don't pull support before you're ready for it. And then another copy of Recon Intel, very very good card. Nice to see this one. And giving you Scout 1, so you can, you deploy and then you do that. Now we got some other. All right, so other cards to look at are going to be our command cards. So for our 3-pip, we've got Coordinated Fire. After a friendly core unit spends an aim token, another friendly unit at range 1 to 2 may gain an aim token. This one's really nice, especially for them stormtroopers, man. They want to be spending those aim tokens. This just looks really, really nice. I'm very happy to see this one. It has to be core units, but there's nothing wrong with running lots of core units because you kind of want to do that. We have Pinned Down. Well, we'll get you straight. There we go. All right. Pinned Down. This is going to be 2 support or heavy units. Again, you're being more restrictive here. These are generic cards, though, so they definitely change up the command card hand. After a friendly support or heavy unit performs an attack against a unit with a face-up order token, shuffle that token back into its order pool. So here, first off, I like that you have these extra abilities, but it's kind of stinks that you have to have 2 support or heavy. Fortunately, right now the Empire's got some decent supports. They're just kind of expensive. Like even the E-Web's probably your cheapest option right now. The problem with this one is that it's a 2-pip. So you're probably not going to go first. And usually those times when you want to shuffle somebody's face-up order token back into its order pool is those times where, hey, you know what, you did, you played that Luke Skywalker 1-pip. You really want Luke to go now, but I'm going to shoot him. But, if you do that, you're going first and you're going to activate him first. Like this one is, it's useful for those times where they play a 2-pip and you win the tie. Or maybe they do a very strategic 3-pip, and they're just able to, do it. But like this one really is good at if your opponent plays, I think, a 3-pip is where this one probably shines the most, and you can, shuffle, something back into their pile, and they don't get to activate it when they want to. But generally, the best times to use this is going to be against a 1, which it will fail because the 1 will go first. Like maybe if they're going to do a 1 and then they're not planning on activating that unit, like if it's a 1 and they want to stall, that's one of those times where like sometimes I will do like standing orders and I'll put it on my Darth Vader commander just to get him out of the pool, and I want to save him till the end. And maybe that's a time to potentially use something like this. And then for our 1-pip, we've got Covert Observation here, a special forces or operative unit. So again, you can't just use this on anybody like your original 1-pip. But this one also lets you look at 2 random command cards from an opponent's hand. Now, this is the least flashy 1-pip I've ever seen. I think this is one of those cards that's going to be more useful like maybe a year or 2 from now. Once we have a lot more command cards available, the game up until now really has been very predictable. Like if you're just running Darth Vader, as your only commander, I can guess you're running Vader's 3 command cards and the generic 3 command cards and in standing orders. Done. Now that our generic 3 command cards, have been supplemented by 3 more generic command cards per faction, that changes things up a little bit so where you can have more of a variety. Although if you are running just a generic officer as your commander, like this, well, I already know exactly what command cards you have because there's only 7 that you can possibly use, and you have to use all of them. So there's not really that much of a choice in what you're using. So, it's maybe someday this will be like a lot more strategic. There are some cases where like, okay, if you're running, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Chewbacca, now I have to really be like, okay, well, what command cards are you using? Where did you, what didn't make the cut? And against Han Solo, I can see this one maybe being like, did you bring his 3-pip? Were you going to cause me not to be able to use my big card? Are you going to guarantee that you can go first? Did you bring his 0-pip? You probably did, but maybe you didn't, And does that mean, that, like, did you bring Chewie's 1-pip? Does it mean you didn't bring Luke's 1-pip? Like, which one of those 1-pips didn't make the cut? Those are things that might be useful, but it's not, like, super helpful. I think if they ever do a Lando expansion, he's going to factor into card play a lot more. All right, guys, so that is the Imperial Specialists personnel expansion. I really dig this one the most. I think the officer is probably going to be the best overall addition to the game, but I think our medical droid is definitely the coolest looking miniature in here. Very, very nice looking. So let me know which one is your favorite as well. What do you think is the kind of impact is this going to have on Star Wars Legion? And if you're new here, I invite you to subscribe, not just for the contest, but also for the content. I have a lot of battle reports coming out, and I have a lot of Legion content. They just keep announcing so much of it, so I'm trying to cover it as fast as they can announce it, and it's been on a steamroll. So let me know also if you're excited for the Clone Wars. All right, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to check out Crabbok.com for information, resources, more information on the giveaways. You can hop in my Discord and chat there, as well as you can also hop in the Legion Discord, which is an excellent reference if you are looking to get more into Legion. Definitely great resource there. You can find links to lots of great blogs, as well as just the wealth of knowledge that this game has out there. What a great community we have. So that's all I've got for you today. And big thanks to my patrons on Patreon. Also, you guys definitely help make this all possible. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.